Okay, guys, in this video, we need to figure out which inequality corresponds to the shaded region. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is look at the boundary, 5x plus 2y equals 10, and understand why the boundary is correct. So if you were to figure out what's the x-intercept, that means that y equals 0, right? For the x-intercept, it's always the other one. So if 5x equals 10, that means x equals 2, right? So you can see that that's one of your intercepts. And then if x equals 0 and you're figuring out the y-intercept, then you get 2y equals 10, but when you divide by 2, that gives you 5. So that means that these 2 points, right, through which you can draw the line, that's the boundary, okay? Now, in order to decide which of these inequality matches this shaded region, you have to ask yourself, is the boundary dashed or solid? Okay, so if the boundary is dashed, so if it's dashed, that means that it is not including the actual line. Okay, so that means the inequality is going to be either less or more, but it's not going to be less than or equal to, because equal to will not be part of the region. Now if it's solid, then it's going to be either less than or equal to or more than or equal to. Okay, now for me it's dashed. What does that mean? Well, it means it's going to be either the first one, because that one is not dashed, or this one, the third one. How do I know which of these two do I pick? Well, this is actually like a spy work. You're trying to figure out, okay, what is true? Which one do I choose? What you do is take any point that belongs to the shaded region, and it doesn't matter which one, but you cannot take the one on the boundary, okay? So which point do I take? Well, let's just say that I'm gonna take this one right here, 3, 3, okay? And what I have to do is plug it into one of these inequalities and see if it makes it true. If it is true, then that's the answer. If it is false, then that's not the answer. So let's go with the first one. So I got 5x plus 2y less than 10. And I chose this test point to be 3, 3. Okay, so now I have to substitute. So I'm substituting. Remember, the default operation is is times. So you're multiplying by 3 plus 2 times 3. Okay, so what is that going to be? Now remember, multiplication always comes first. We compute that first. So this is going to be 15. This is going to be 6. And then we add them, and this should be less than 10. Well, 15 plus 6 is actually 21. Is that less than 10? Well, no, that's not true. So this 0.33 does not belong to this inequality, so we can cross it out. So that means that the only other choice we've got is this one right here, and that's the one that we pick.